gonna see me knock him out and put a stint in his plans of going back to the UFC and fighting Conor McGregor.
Is this fight bad blood? Because I know, there's a lot of shoving and stuff, but this press conference seemed a little more wholesome, I guess, from what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He was nice and respectful. I don't know. It's a different Nate Diaz than I've seen before. So, not sure how he's coming, but it is what it is. Regardless, the press conference is over now. Going to go back into training camp and focus on what I got to do.
And then real quick, just Ryan, you're good friends with Ryan. He suffered his first loss, and I know you did. Is there any advice that while you're going through this that you can give to Ryan that he suffered his first professional loss before you?
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't think it's a loss, and that's what I told Ryan. I messaged him. I said it's not a loss. You took a W, and you're doing what a lot of fighters aren't, which is putting it all on the line and making the big fights happen. How come we still haven't seen Fury versus Joshua? A lot of these massive fights, Fury versus what's his name, Usyk. So and Spence versus Crawford. All the list goes on, and these massive fights that haven't been possible to make in the sport of boxing. So Ryan took a W, put it all on the line, and it was a massive success for him, and that's what I told him.
Oh, man. So, with you been boxing 3 years, you're showing everybody from around the world that you really do this now. When you hear a lot of these jokers in the media ask you these questions and try to question your work ethic, if this is what you really do, how does that make you feel?
No, I mean, I just prove it to them with my actions, what I'm capable of, and I still don't think people know how hard I work and how dedicated I am, and that's okay. But they don't know what it takes. They don't know what it takes to be at this level, and I'm constantly improving every single day. And that's all that matters, and that's what I always encourage, my followers, the people out there to do. Don't focus on, what your goal is. Focus on what you can do today and get better every single day, and that's what I do.
Hey, Jake, are you going to be at Devin's fight next week? Yeah, I know he's facing Lomachenko, and you're good friends with Dev.
I'm not going to be there, but I wish him the best luck, and I know he's going to win.
Like an easy, you think you could probably get a stoppage in that fight, Or?
I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I think it's a great fight. Obviously, Lomachenko is very, very good, but Devin's just too sharp in his prime. And yeah, hopefully he can get a stoppage, but I don't think Lomachenko's an easy guy to stop.
Jake, Francis Ngannou, a lot of MMA promoters have been putting him down in public. You came to defense. Can you give us some thoughts on the Francis Ngannou situation?
Yeah, look, man, he's a legend in the game. He's the heavyweight champion of the world, regardless of which league it is. And people need to put some respect on his name. And, it's funny when you're with an organization like the UFC, or you're talking to whatever the other one is, one championship or whatever the name of it is. Of course, they're gonna be nice to him, and they're gonna ride his and boom, as soon as he doesn't want to go with them, they're gonna talk. That's the name of this game, and it's a nasty business. And I think we need to change that. Like, we need to be supporting guys like Francis Ngannou and having their back and showing him the respect, because he's the heavyweight champion of the world.
Has he had talks with you?
What you think about that champion, Earl Spence?
I fuck with Earl. I'm gonna invite him to the fight. So yeah, hopefully he pulls up.
Have you had talks with Francis about fighting for MVP?
Yeah, we got some stuff. We're working on.
Jake, have you had a moment in your training or even in some of your fights where you got hurt, where you're like, man, what the fuck am I doing? This hurts.
For sure. There's definitely moments in boxing, probably like 2 or 3 moments, where it's the hurt business, and you feel that. It's not an easy job. It's not easy to show up and spar dozens of rounds every single week while you're exhausted from running and sprinting and hitting the mitts and hitting the bag and weightlifting and doing all the things, barely eating, and still showing up every single day. But I love that challenge, and I love to push myself to see what I'm capable of. And that's why I keep on coming back for more every single time.
Hey, Jake, who would you say is your top 5 influencing list now? I know you did one before when I asked you, but who is it now?
I don't even know, man. Like, I would just say Logan's at the top of it, especially like now. KSI is definitely up there.
Is Salt Poppy in there somewhere, or?
He's in there somewhere, for sure. Slim. Yeah.
Would you ever fight your brother?
I don't think so.
Jake,
I don't think so.
What were you thinking when he walked out?
He's just such an interesting man. Like, I've never seen that during the press conference. But I guess he probably had to go pee really, really badly. And I didn't think he was coming back. I definitely didn't think he was coming back. So I think he really just had to go pee. No, I mean, Nathan's an interesting guy.
You've got to watch him fight so much. It's almost like you know what to expect, right? Early on, he's going to start slow, but he's going to get stronger and stronger as the fight goes on. Do you have to kind of train and prepare for that specifically, knowing that, like, hey, I might beat him up for 4 rounds, but he might still be there and come on stronger in the 5th, 6th, 7th?
For sure. This is gonna, my cardio is gonna have to be on point more than ever, more than any of my other fights, and knowing that he's gonna try to survive to the later rounds, and I guarantee you that's part of his strategy. So we're working and focusing on that.
Do you think he's going to take more damage than any of your opponents before? You said you've dropped all the guys you fought.
Yeah.
He's a guy, like, he gets dropped, but he gets back up, he keeps fighting. Do you have to sort of say to yourself, right, look, if I don't get him out of there, I have to stay composed and just keep going?
Yeah, for sure. But I also think that in boxing, it's just different. The way boxers punch, the way I'm taught, my technique is different than the MMA fighters. That's why you've never seen Tyron Woodley get knocked out like that. It's just a different style, and there's more weight on the end of the glove. So when that's coming to swinging at you, it's like a sledgehammer.
Were you upset when he choked your brother out in New Orleans?
I think he's a bully, like choking out random dudes on the street. He's always getting into fights, always causing trouble. So I'm excited to go in there August 5th and bully the bully.
What did you make of his demeanor today? Sometimes we see more trash talk from him, but he seemed a bit more calm.
Yeah, he was like calm, respectful. I don't know. It was interesting. I wanted to get him riled up because he talked that on social media. He says everything in interviews. But today, when I was face to face with him, he acted like a bitch.
So, Jake, you said you
plan on doing range of body work? Because in the back half of that Tommy fight, you start going to the body and start paying dividends. Kind of how Gervonta got Ryan up out of that.
Yeah, no, for sure, and a ton of other things, but that's definitely in the game plan always.
Do you have to stop him? It's not just by getting your hand ready. You have to stop him.
No, definitely not. I mean, I'm gonna be outpointing him the whole entire fight while he's coming forward and just outboxing him, outclassing him. So people are gonna see that, and he's gonna walk into something I believe in and get stopped.